YouTube is it all over for Super Microcomputer. Now, thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that thumbs up so we can continue to grow the channel. I would appreciate it. So, there is so much buzz in the streets surrounding Super Microcomputer, also known as SMCI. And on the day, it's currently down 21%. And so, what's going on? So, there's news that came out that Super Microcomputer has some fraudulent activity going on in their accounting department, and they are pushing out their filing report. So there are some issues they have going on internally, and because of that, investors are not taking this lightly. And so you can see at one point we were trading over $1,000 per share, more specifically $1,200 or so. And right now we are more than half off of what the all-time high was. So getting closer to that 60% down range. And so bringing this thing to the daily, you can kind of see that movement down. We tried to fight back a little bit, but continued the movement to the downside. And so today, look at these big red candles that have occurred, which is not good. So I'm going to be letting you know what I think and if this stock is currently done. And so let's go ahead and talk about some other issues that they have. So according to this article, it says super microcomputers growth has been so sudden and intense that there are some cash flow issues. And so before today, we can see that there was movement coming to the downside. And so there was concerns that the company was growing faster than they actually need to, and they've just continued to kind of outpace the forecast, and now they've ran into some cash flow issues, and you can see the result of that is a stock value going down, meaning currently they're losing liquidity in the actual company. And so if, let's say, this stock was still trading at around $1,200, I don't think the issue would be as big as it is right now. Now, to also add to that, if you didn't know, their last earnings report, they had a miss, okay? And so they've also announced they're going to do a 10 for 1 stock split, and so we'll see if that'll help them in the coming months as the company starts to recover what they've lost. So after the 10 to 1 stock split, like today, for example, they would be trading about $43 and some change. So I think that could be something that's going to be very beneficial to the company. But as of right now, things are not looking good. So more specifically, Supermicro earned an adjusted $6.25 a share in its last earnings on sales of 5.31 billion in the quarter ending June 30th. And so analysts polled by FactSet had executed Supermicro earnings of $8.12 a share on sales of 5.32 billion dollars. Now, on a year-over-year basis, Super Micro earnings rose 78% and sales increased 143%. So, as of right now, yeah, it's just looking like they're having some issues keeping up with the demand, and it's costing them more money to keep up with things than they initially expected. So we talked about that 10 to 1 stock split, and that looks like it's going to be on October the 1st. Now, as far as what I think about the company and if they're done or not, I definitely don't think the company is done. I think that, as the analyst said, they're just moving really quickly and they're going to get back into rhythm, bringing the company back to the upside. So they have great technology. They're in this space for a reason. And so let's talk about 3 reasons why Super Microcomputer is still a great AI play. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right. Sorry for that delay there. But the biggest reason I would say is a close relationship with NVIDIA and critical server hardware products such as cooling systems have led to the company's meteoric revenue and earnings growth. And so I think that earnings growth is going to continue to be on the table. But when you're in a great close relation with a big company like NVIDIA, I think that that in themselves is going to position SMCI in a great space. Now, I will say this because today Nvidia is going to be having earnings, and if it comes out with good news, I think this is going to have the potential to bring Supermicro back up to recover some of its losses that it's had on today. Now, let's go into SMCI being able to quickly deploy AI products. Now, to deploy such technologies, however, advanced infrastructure solutions are required. That's where a relatively small company like Supermicro Computer comes in. So, founded in the early 1990s, Supermicro has spent years designing server products and network devices to make data centers efficient nexus of processing power. So close ties with the chip maker NVIDIA have given Supermicro an edge on competitors like Dell, Hewlett Packard in terms of rapid deployment of AI products such as the high-powered H100 and H200 GPUs, as well as the GPU interconnects they necessitate. Now let's talk about earnings marked by strong growth. So, given Supermicro's unparalleled position in its respective end markets, the server hardware firm enjoyed strong earnings growth in recent quarters. Not necessarily this last one, but in recent quarters. So, the firm's second quarter earnings print for fiscal year 2024 ended December 31st reported quarterly revenue of $3.7 billion, representing growth more than 103% on a year over year basis and 73% growth on a sequential basis. Demand for AI computer products as well as Supermicro's IT solutions prepared the firm's financial figures to historic heights. And last, what we want to throw in this is great value despite gain. So now it's time to run through super microcomputer stocks evaluation metrics, and many investors might be surprised. So despite its share price skyrocketing nearly 250% in 2023, SMCI remains relatively undervalued to some other tech firms, especially AI chip makers like NVIDIA or advanced micro devices. Now, in 2024, SMCI at one point had risen to 216%, yet its forward price to earnings ratio was at some point around 26.3 forward earnings. Now, it says in a stock market where technology multiplies have given increasingly stretched, super microcomputer stock does look like a bargain with the AI craze. Unbatted Supermicro's top line and earnings growth will likely continue to crush estimates, which could lead to more gains for current shareholders. So I know a lot of people are disappointed in the current move that SMCI has had, but I think we're at the point now where could be a potentially good time to buy into this particular stock. Now, again, I know a lot of people are in their feelings and disappointed, especially those that bought at the top of this stock. But I think this is a good long term stock. And in the short term, things are not necessarily going good. But overall, in the long run, when this thing recovers, it's going to be a monster. So for me, I don't think SMCI is done by any stretch of the imagination. This is just a rough patch that they're going through. Guys, remember, just a couple of weeks ago, Nvidia was down under $90 per share at 2 o'clock in the morning, which was a Monday. Okay. Now Nvidia is about $130 per share. So when we talk about new technologies and we're talking about AI and chips, and things of that nature, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be ebbs and flows. And for me, this is a better time to buy into Super Micro versus $1,200. Just my opinion. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Please hit that thumbs up as we continue to grow the channel. I appreciate you, and I'm out. Peace.